Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I hope you can hear me okay. I am home from work. I'm at the art desk in my dining room. The dryer is running and it's not too far away, but I think you can hear me fine. I hope so. I hope I don't have to do this again. I would do it for you, but I hope I don't have to. Anyway, I have something really special. I'm putting this in the shop tonight. I started making little prayer journals, and they ended up with the name A Bit of Journals because they're really small. A Bit of Prayer. I did one called A Bit of Japan. There were a few other theme type bit of journals that I did, but the prayer journals, that's what I started with. And I started making these back in the spring of 2018, maybe early summer, maybe June, but it was somewhere around that time frame, and I had been so down about something, just something really hurtful that happened, and I had been working at the time on my boho birds journals, and because what happened was so hurtful, I just put those journals on the shelf and I quit messing with them for a little while, and I decided to just do something completely different. And I've seen people make fabric books, but I had not seen anybody make one just like this. It's a tiny little book. This one is small. You can see I can almost cover it with my hand, and actually this one is a little bit bigger than the original that I did, and even so, this one is only about 4 3/4 by 6.5 inches, so it's pretty small. I mean, think of like an index card or a 4x6 photo, we'll put it that way. So this is a prayer journal. It is completely fabric. Every page is fabric. All the pockets are fabric. It is bound just like a regular book. I did bind this with some heavy hemp type cord, and there are 5 glass beads on the outside. These are really beautiful. These are probably some beads that I picked up at Rare Earth Beads. I love to go there and look at their beads. Actually, I will put links in the description of this video to several different things. We'll go back to the original prayer journal and some of the others, and to the tour of Rare Earth Beads. Let me just go ahead and show you this journal and quit talking. There is always a button on the front. I added a pretty flower to the front of this one. You can see the cover has one of the little faces, the little girls from the paper doll fabric that I bought probably last summer. It has my stamp on the back, and getting inside, it's just a sweet place to put spiritual type thoughts. At the moment, it has Bible verses in it. You could switch this up, certainly. This book you could use for almost anything. This could actually be a little sewing notions book where you put safety pins and charms and bulb pins and straight pins and needles. These books are really useful for several different things, but I made this one with the Bible verse ephemera inside. I use these cards for my prayer journals. I love these cards. You get plenty in a box. I will put a link to these. You can order these from Amazon, I think. At least the last time I ordered, they were there. And on one side, it's more of a Bible verse or a thought, and on the other side, it's kind of an inspirational thought. Let us be thankful and please God by worshiping Him. Hebrews 12:28. And it's got this very pretty artwork on the front. Then on the other side, this one says, I would maintain that thanks are the highest form of thought, and that gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. So just thoughts to help lift your spirits and put you in a right frame of mind, and that's Gilbert Chesterton. All sorts of quotes on these cards. I really love these cards. You can see this journal has a lot of black in it, but it also has a lot of flowers, a lot of floral cotton fabric. Every page has a pocket. Oh, in addition to these cards, I purchased a actually 2 digital kits by Tsunami Rose, and also the extended license so that I can continue to use these in the prayer journals. I haven't made one of these in a while. What got me started was that we had a visitor over recently who saw my journal, and she asked that I make 2 of these for her. It got me in the mood to make these. I made this one that's going into the shop, and I will be making some more of these. Please feel free to let me know if you're interested in one, and I will make sure that I make enough to cover that. I love this little safety pin here that says pray. I put the beads on that this morning. Every page has a little scrap of lace. It's vintage lace, and there are cards throughout. I love this fabric with the little cameo type images. It looks a little bit Grecian to me with the silhouettes and the way they look. There's some pretty female sort of silhouettes, but it also looks like men. I think about even Rome, like the Caesar and that type of thing. I guess the Roman governors and such. So let's keep flipping. Then when you get to the center, there's more floral fabric. This is a bit brighter. More cards. There are cards all the way through, and you could write on these. There is also room for you to put your own notes in, and there's a little charm here that looks like a dove. That's on a safety pin. Just more fabric and tabs and pretty cards. Joy is the experience of knowing that you are unconditionally loved. I would say that's true. Joy is the type of feeling that, well, that's the type of feeling that we like to have from God, from our Creator, and I think it's the type of feeling that I would describe when I think about my relationship with Jason. Just the deepest friendship and unconditional love and support. So moving on through, in the back there are a stack of cards. There is a stack of cards. This is another digital set by Tsunami Rose. I will put a link to her shop. All of these different crosses, it looks like just an assortment that she designed and put on these library type cards. And then on the back you have all this space where you can write things down. And that is that whole sweet little journal. I think it's so precious, and it feels so good to hold. I tell you, one of the things I was thinking about with the beads, we're such tactile creatures and visual creatures. I know that there are rosaries. People who are Catholic use those. I'm not Catholic, although I think rosaries are beautiful. I've seen some really beautiful rosaries. And my grandmother, I can remember she had a necklace that had a St. Christopher, one of those little pendants or little charms, I should say. I think things like that are lovely. This did remind me a bit of a rosary, just the fact that it feels good to hold things like this and maybe think or meditate. So yeah, this is just a sweet little journal. I'm going to wrap it back up, and I'm going to wrap up this video and put this in the shop. Feel free to let me know what you think and leave comments. Thank you to new subscribers. I'm so glad you're here, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.